見せてやるぞ。じゃーん。
The power pole is back. So you get to see Goku there with the best animation I've probably ever seen in Dragon Ball, swinging the power pole, just freaking, flexing that thing on Piccolo right there. And yeah, like that's pretty cool. Also, Master Roshi is back in this episode. We get to see Roshi, and he's like, I got plans, man. I got plans. I'm young, and I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna get the ladies. So yeah, Master Roshi also is, really happy. He's probably the only guy happy about being turned into a kid, which is pretty hilarious. But yeah, to get into the episode, because got to get into this review video. They all get turned into kids as Goma's wish was as Goma stated, King Goma. With Shenron, but Shenron told them that only regulars get 3 wishes, so he doesn't even get the other 2 wishes. So remember, he was going to wish for that third eye thing that Deborah had to basically buff himself, make himself way stronger. King Goma don't get that. He don't get any of that. He only got to wish them to be kids. Although, his wish, honestly, was way more successful than Pilaf's wish in GT, because it actually does weaken them. Like, Dende is basically just a total baby. Goku and Vegeta, they're cognizant. They, are pretty much around, I would say, like, Dragon Ball level in terms of, like, their age and capabilities, but really less. Like, they don't even, like, they have to relearn how to use ki. They have to, like, learn how to, like, fly again. They have to, like, I'm assuming they can't even go Super Saiyan. Like, that's a huge nerf. As opposed to in GT, if you remember correctly, like, also they can't even sense, like, powers. Like, Piccolo says, like, his senses are even, like, messed up, so he can't even, like, sense who's coming to get them. So, like, all the basic powers that we established at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, or at the end of the original Dragon Ball, they're struggling. They have to, like, relearn those powers. Versus in GT, Goku pretty much kept all his powers. It's just, Super Saiyan 3 was hard for his little body to handle, but everything else was fine. So Pilaf's wish was basically for nothing. King Goma, he actually did weaken them here. So he did actually kind of succeed in that, even though he's kind of a clown as a villain, and, probably he's going to be somebody else after him. But yeah, Roshi, he's over here all excited. And it's funny that, like, at the party, you got Mr. Satan and everybody, and they're like, who's he? They didn't even recognize Satan as a kid. And also we got, like, Goten and Trunks. They were having, like, some inner dialogue. So it's like they're going goo goo gaga, but then it seems like they're telepathically still aware of themselves and talking to each other. So mentally they're the same. And then, Bulma, she, of course she loves this. Just another wish to make herself younger. Chi-Chi loved it. Let's see, what was missing anything? Oh yeah, her. Then we got Master Roshi here. He was like, "Who are you?" They didn't recognize Master Roshi. If I remember correctly, when we saw young Master Roshi in the original Dragon Ball, he had hair. He had a big full head of hair. So, like, did he not have hair as a kid, or did they just forget that? Like, maybe a plot hole. Again, I'm not the type to nitpick this stuff, but yeah, what happened to Roshi's hair? Roshi is now Krillin now. Like, what's going on? And of course, the plans that he was talking about before with Goku, it's to try to go get the ladies. So, Roshi, hopefully he don't get locked up for sexual harassment. Let's hope so. And then Goku goes to Korin's tower to find the flying Nimbus. Turns out Roshi had it, so yeah, that's why he had to go see Roshi again anyway, because, Roshi went home after the party, and apparently he had the Nimbus, so he had to go get the Nimbus from him. So, he gets the Nimbus. And then at the end, we get this new foe who shows up, Gloria, I think I'm saying his name correctly, and he's a demon from the demon realm, and we saw him in the previous episode. He looked very unpleased with King Goma and Supreme Kai's brother and the old Namekian dude, and he's like, pretty much coming to help them and take them to the demon world, because the ship that could travel there, it takes like 10 days to basically get it all set up, and that's too long, so he's coming to help them out. Although there's kind of an interesting plot convenience thing where only Goku and the Supreme Kai can go with them. Vegeta, for some reason, couldn't squeeze in, even though Vegeta was like, hey, why can't I squeeze in? They're like, oh, sorry, you can't come in. And it was like, that's kind of bullshit. Definitely they're doing that to try to make it harder because Goku, Vegeta, even though their powers are nerfed together, they would just be too OP for these current villains. So, Vegeta kind of gets screwed here. I mean, there's clearly enough space for him, but we know what's going to happen. He's going to show up later to help Goku at some point, and in Bulma's ship, which looks like it's coming along pretty well. So yeah, let's see if there's anything else. Oh yeah. So also I saw which point in the episode it was, but like they're going over the lore of the Demon Realm a little bit, and besides having their own Dragon Balls and stuff, it was explained by the Supreme Kai that originally people would just deities and people who had the ability, they would just go to Demon Realm, and it was pretty common. So like that's why we could presume that Supreme Kai's brother went there and lives there, and the old Namekian dude is they just went there, not necessarily they originated from there, although I think that the old Namekian dude may have originated from there. Can't quote me on it, but they're basically saying that a lot of people like the Supreme Kai's brother traveled there and just migrated there, and then it became very uncommon, probably because of the war between the Kais and the Makaiyoshin, the demons, so that they just became like a Cold War, and they closed off the barriers. So now you need special permission, as we saw with King Goma, to travel to the other realms. So that's why, Supreme Kai's brother was able to get there. And maybe the old Namekian dude, if he originally didn't originate from there. We see Piccolo here with the bloody nose trying to fly, because he's nerfed. That's kind of crazy. They can't even fly. We forget how basic flight is. Freaking Videl knew how to fly. The Tien was flying back in Dragon Ball, but it's just nope, they have to relearn everything. So it's gonna be interesting when we get to see how nerfed are the key attacks, how nerfed are the Kamehameha, the Final Flash. Again, I definitely don't think they can go Super Saiyan. So they're gonna have to relearn all this stuff to face off against King Goma, and then eventually they'll probably get that. They'll have to face off against probably a stronger version of him or another villain, probably the evil demon chick who's the scientist. I forget her name. They'll have to go against her, I would presume, at the end. I'm speculating, but probably, and maybe by then they'll have their Super Saiyan forms back. I'm kind of just trying to prognosticate into the future here. But yeah, this was a pretty cool episode. Really enjoyed it. Love the Roshi stuff. Love the action, love the lore again. I love that we're getting so much new lore of the Demon Realm, because the Demon Realm was just in the Makaiyoshin were such just an unexplored thing, and it's really cool. And also we learned that the old Namekian dude, he does have a nerf. He just can't turn the Dragon Balls out of stone whenever he wants. He only can do one time apparently, so he just can't do unlimited wishes. So some people were saying he can do unlimited wishes. No, he can't do that. So yeah, we also got that confirmed. But yeah, it was a pretty fun episode. I would give it again, another 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. And wherever you are, have a fantastic day, and peace out.